All right, so now you've understood how to really reach out and talk to, right? Was this great? Did you guys get this example really helpful? You can see how easy that was. You can do that, right? It's just asking simple questions, getting to know people. Now you're ready. Once you build that relationship, you build that rapport, you begin to have an understanding about this individual. And when that window of opportunity opens up where you can invite them to your challenge group, step number 1 is all about finding out if they're interested. That's all you're doing. You're just finding out if they're interested. You're going to ask that simple question. You might just be as simple as this. Was, hey, you know what? I heard you wanted to have a little bit more activity and exercise in your life. I'm starting a challenge group in a couple of weeks. I'd love to tell you a little bit more about it. Do you think you'd be interested? Oh, yeah, I think I might be, right? It's simple as that. Step number 1 is just to find out if they're interested. So you're not going to step 2, 3, 4 unless they say yes to number 1, okay? So step number 2 is really where the success happens for you being able to help people engage and enroll in your Beachbody Challenge group. So I've asked Mike to really dig in on this one, you guys, and so take some notes because he's become really good at this section, and this is super, super important.
If there's ever a place to live in the 5-step invite process, it's in step 2. You want to spend most of your time in step 2 because this is all about them. If I'm going to coach you, mentor you, I need to know everything about you. I need to know exactly what your goals are, why you want to achieve them, everything, so that your goals become my goals. But if I don't know these things, I have no foundation to build on. If you just say, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds, that's not the answer. What's it going to feel like when you lose those 20 pounds? What's that going to be like? Is it going to the store and now you buy a size medium shirt instead of a large? Is that a big thing for you? Oh, yeah, that'd be super cool. I'd love that tapered fit, or I'd love to tuck my shirt in. I never tuck my shirt in anymore. Or the healthy blood levels, or whatever, right? All those stories we talked about before. You've got to get them past what I call the soup questions. You got to get them down in the surface. You got to get below the surface and dig in about you. What's it going to be like for you? And the more you ask questions, the more you're going to find out. You literally don't have to know anything about anything. You just need to know how to ask some questions. And to me, this is the most important thing in this. If you're going to have a 30-minute conversation with somebody, spend 25 minutes right here. Right? The rest of it's easy. I mean, when she crafted the question in step 1, that only takes a few seconds to deliver. That's like a 10, 20-second conversation. This is the one that's got the meat and potatoes to it. So, and just like it says, the deeper the desires, the more likely they are to enroll. So what happens is you'll find that with a very, very strong, deep why, you will literally get no objections. They'll typically just say, hey, well, how do I get started? Right? What do I do next? I want to start? When can I start? When you hear that, you've done this flawlessly. And when you get questions back, we call those, I think the wrong reason, we call them objections. They're really not objections. They're just questions. They just need to know a little bit more. So if you're getting questions, the better you get at this, the fewer questions you'll get. And so a lot of times now, the more that I've done this, and again, it's like practice makes perfect, perfect practice makes perfect. The more I do this, the fewer questions I get. And typically it's like you get to the next step and they say, hey, well, okay, well, send me the info. Where do I sign up? How do I get started? That's what you're going to get when you do a really thorough job with this.
Excellent.
Am I missing anything here?
No, that was great, Mike. So step 3, you've got a great opportunity now. Remember, now they've shared that why. It could be something like, you know what, I'm going to my class reunion this summer and I got to lose 60 pounds. I don't want to show up looking the way I do. How would that make you feel? Like you said, right? God, it'd be great. I'd feel so good again. I'm so ashamed of the way I feel right now. You know, I don't even like to go try on clothes in the dressing room. I look in the mirror and I can't even stand it, right? This is big emotional stuff to them, along with everything else that's wrapped into that. So when you've got that and you can say, well, you know what, I've got a solution for you. This challenge group is really going to help, and I'd love to help you. They're going to be great. Just tell me what to do. Tell me what to do, because now they've reconnected with wanting to feel the way they used to feel, right? They're reconnecting with what it used to feel like to look in the mirror and be not ashamed. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking to get them reconnected to what it is they really want. And when you get there, then the next thing is, now remember, they don't know yet what the challenge group is all about, right? You do, they don't. So now we want to make it real easy for them to understand what's going to happen in the challenge group. So step 3 is just to say, hey, I'm going to send you this video, and if you'll just take a look at it, I want you to understand what the challenge group is all about. It's real quick. You can just watch it in a few minutes, and then we'll circle back. You want to do that? At least that way you'll know what this is all about. You don't have to worry about, as a coach, going through all this big explanation, trying to explain it. Let the video do the talking for you. It's a great tool. That particular one, Ever Feel Like This, and we'll show it in just a little bit, is in your Coach Online office. So it's easy for you to just send that to them, have them take a look. And that's what step 3 is about. Remember, this isn't, like Mike said, if you do a really good job on number 2, there's not going to be objections anymore because they've reconnected with what their real reason is for why they want to see something change in their life. Step 4, another one where we're going to spend a lot of time, right? At least I wouldn't say maybe a lot of time, but more about posturing.
Yeah,
right?
This is all about posture. So what we mean by that is that people tend to not remember most of what you said. Okay, it's somewhere over 90% of communication is nonverbal. You're not going to walk away here and be able to recite what Denise and I said, and you couldn't recite Carl's speech. However, you're going to remember how we made you feel. You're going to remember if we're sincere. You would feel right off the bat if somebody was kind of full of junk. And you're not getting those feelings. You know that we believe in what we're talking about, right? And so there was a great line on the last slide that talked about don't argue the facts. People internally, if they don't do it externally, verbally with you, they're internally arguing with facts all day long. When you start going down 70 fun facts of Shakeology, and it's going to do this, it's going to do that, internally people just go, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just that classic thing. But they will not argue with your passion. That's what has to come across. And so on step 4, the thing that's so crucial is that it's kind of like P90X. You have a system, okay? You know what you're doing on day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what you're doing weeks 1 through 3. 4 is a rest week. You know what you're going to eat. You know how many calories you're going to eat. You know how many carbs. You know how many proteins. It's very prescriptive, right? And when you follow that, you get killer results. And anybody who's coached anybody through P90X knows if they did in all 90 days and they didn't get any results, they didn't do the food right. Right? That's an easy thing in discovery. So what happens right here is we need to do that same thing. We need to be very prescriptive. And so when we take that, what's the document called? The 10 commitments? Yep. There's a 10 commitments document that I personally have the people sign. I want to actually, put pen to paper and kind of memorialize it so they realize, like, wow, this is a serious thing. Yes, it's that here's my deal with you. I will coach you. I will support you. I will be there for you. This is what you're going to do for your end of the deal. You're going to do these 10 things. You're going to post every day in that challenge group. It only takes you a moment. It doesn't even take a moment. It might take you 20 seconds. You can do it from your phone. Right? You're going to use Shakeology every day. You're going to be relentlessly positive. I add relentlessly. I'm an optimist. You be as positive as you will. Be there to commiserate. Be there to ask the questions, but be real. And so we go through that list of 10 commitments. And again, it's your posture in that. If you go into that situation, here's your list of 10. Right? No, epic fail. It's, hey, this is what you're going to do. Okay? Here's your end of the deal. Because again, I'm going to support you. I'm going to coach you. I'm going to be there for you. This is your part. That's posture.
Yep, absolutely. That makes sense to you guys? Anybody ever hesitate to talk about the commitments and the expectations?
I did in the beginning.
Yeah, I saw some hands, right? Because we're afraid to tell them what to do, right? Oh. But I'll tell you what I've heard coaches tell me across the country as we've done this training, when they changed and started saying, you know what, here's what you got to do. If you want to have success, here's your end of the deal. They don't drop out of the group. So if you find you've got people falling out of your Beachbody Challenge groups, go back and revisit how you did on step number 4. Were you courageously forthright? Did you let them know? Here's the deal, guys. This is what you got to do. I'm the coach, right? You're the coach, right? What do coaches do? Do anybody have kids in a soccer game with coach, right? Does the coach just fold his arms and say, have at it, girls, go play some ball? Half an hour's almost up. Come on back in. No, they do it, right? They tell them what to do. They make sure the commitments are clearly understood. So that's your job, and we've made it real easy. We'll show you here in the guides how you can do that as well, but that 10 commitments is also posted as a separate PDF in your Coach Online office in the Coach Training Academy under Resources. So step number 5, help your customers enroll. Now, remember we just said if you did a really good job at step number 2, they watch the video, they're saying, yep, got it, understand the commitments. How soon can I get started? When can I get into this thing? Because they're ready. They want to achieve results. You want to help enroll them. It's not just about sending them to just go to my website, place an order. How many of you have ever sent somebody to your website to place an order, and then you call them up and say, hey, I thought you said you ordered that? And they go, I did. That happened to anybody? And you go and you look in there and it's not in there and you go, well, I got it. Well, how'd you get it? Well, you know, I was having trouble finding your website, so I went to Beachbody. That ever happened to anybody?
I Googled it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your time for great customer service. You want to do some hand-holding. You want them to, you feel like this is not, I got to tell you what, when you go to a website for the first time, it's your first time to look at that website, you know, it's hard to understand for some of us. We look, and my husband, he's from the computer industry, and he'll stand over my back, and I'll go, honey, I can't find where you find the whatchamacallit. He goes, it's right there, and I'm going, I can't see it. Websites are not always that intuitive for everybody, okay? So be there with them. Hold their hand through that order process. In some cases, you might even just do it for them. You've got the mobile app. What a great tool. You can do it right there on the spot if you're out and about. But walk them through, make sure the enrollment process is a positive one for them so that it's a supportive thing all the way along the way, okay?
Yeah, you really want to make that an easy process for them. So if I have somebody, the classic question I'll ask is, hey, are you sitting at a computer right now? No. Can you be? Yeah, actually, yes. I was a foot away, but I wasn't at a computer, right? So then, okay, great. Go to this website. They enter the website. Okay, click shop. Okay, I don't know where I'm lost. Okay, that's when I stop because it's becoming a process that's taking too long. I say, hey, you know what? I know you got to get. I know you had a thing you were telling me how to do. I got to get to. Let me just get your contact info. I'll do this for you. Oh, really? Yeah, hey, I'm online. I'll do it for you. So if I'm sitting at my desk, I'll literally just have the web page open. I'm ready to go. Hey, let me just input your info. I'm not even going to write anything down. I'm not saving your credit card. I'll do this for you. Let me make it easy on you. That's my line. Let me make this easy on you. That's where they always go, oh, okay. Right? And then sometimes I'll get somebody who's tech challenged, and they'll just say, here, let me just write down my info. And all they care about is that you're going to shred that so you're not carrying around their credit card information. You know what I mean? But I don't leave it to just go to my website. I mean, that's great for some people, but not for everybody. So if anybody, it seems like they're having problems at all, take that customer service to the next step. It's not like if you're in a store, hey, where do I check out? Oh, it's over there. No, you're going to like, oh, here, let me show you. It's right over here. Come on out. How are you doing today? And then you walk them to the place, right? That's customer service.
Excellent. Does that make sense, everybody? Yeah? All right. So now in the back of that handout there, for those of you who are new to the invitation process, because remember, you're still learning. Sometimes you might not always do it right. You've got all the information there for different situations that might come up. Maybe you skipped number 2. Maybe just blew right past it, right? Realized you didn't find out that deep emotional why. These pages there in the back of this document walk you through how you can recover from that and still capture that information, as well as some really important scripts on overcoming some of the objections that come up. And as Mike said so well, those objections, if you do a really good job on step 2, will be highly minimized. But if in case there is still something coming up, it's really about continuing to ask more questions. Because as you gain more information from them, you're going to understand what's causing them to hesitate. So I strongly encourage you to take some time when you get home this weekend. Go through those things. Familiarize yourself with that information. These are great tools for you to have for this particular area. And I guarantee you it will minimize price objections. Coaches have told us when they get really good at this invitation process, price objections are gone. They don't even come up anymore. So if you're getting a lot of them, it means either you're not doing a good job on this invitation process, or perhaps you need to examine where you're at with price, and do you really value, what you're selling. So
let me add a point to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're establishing value, not price. You're building value in something. But oh, now I lose my train of thought. Son of a gun. Okay, so has anybody ever got that classic question or that classic comment emailed or texted or Facebook message to you? Hey, I'm ready. I want to start. What do I do? This is how you skip step 2. So when she said if you skip step 2, and most of you are probably sitting there thinking, well, why would I skip step 2? You said it was the most important step, right? That's how you skip step 2. Oh, you're ready to go? Great. Here's my website. Let me walk you through how to buy it. Okay, I'm guilty. I used to do that a long time ago because it was like, oh, you're ready to go? Great. Here you go. And then I didn't ever learn your goals. Well, what happens? At least at a minimum, 4 out of 5 people don't ever go buy it. So then all your follow-up phone calls are, did you buy it? Did you buy it? Did you buy it? Hey, did you buy it yet? Then that's a crappy sales call. right? That's all. People are laughing because you're guilty. So what happens is when you've really learned their goals in step 2, this is when you get to go back, because realize that a lot of people don't follow through. So they stay on your list, okay? And you get to engage with them. And at some point, they're going to pick up the phone. Maybe it's 6 months later, your situation changed. And you're like, Bob, hey, I haven't talked to you in a long time, but you know what? When we spoke before, you had some really important goals and dreams. And those are important to me because, you told me about you wanted to lose 20 pounds. You were concerned because your dad had died at a young age and you didn't want this thing to happen to you. You know what? I feel bad that I haven't gotten you started in the right way because this is an important journey and I'm here for you. You reached out to me. I'm here for you. Now, how do you want to respond if somebody did that with you? That's sincerity. That's what this is about. It's not a sales call. Hey, or did you order? Did you order? That stinks. So that's how you miss step 2 anyway, is when you get that classic thing. Hey, I'm ready to go. Okay, website. Boom. Hey, I'll give you that in just a second. Let's talk. What do you want to get out of this? What are your goals? What do you want? Simple. What do you want to get out of this?
Excellent.
So anyway.
That help everybody? Great. Thank you, Mike. I'm glad you added that. So here we go. We've been talking about customer service, right? And one of the benefits of coaching is building a loyal customer base, right? Because you're going to be bringing more and more people into these challenge groups. You're going to be helping more people. I want to just talk about one of the additional benefits that begins to happen in your business. You're going to see that as this retention continues, because when people have your support, when they're in the challenge group, and they've got the accountability going on, they're in for month 1, they stay in for month 2, you get to month 2, they're on Shakeology again while they're still going through their workout program. You're starting another challenge group. This is just a real simple example here of somebody starting 3 people on P90X challenge pack, all right, in month 1. And you can see the commission that they've earned is $210. So for a new coach, I'm sorry, that's not the month 1 total is $210. Month 2, you look here, you see the $89.97. That's what we call residual, meaning the Shakeology commissions that comes to you from those 3 people in month 1 who are now also in month 2, and from what happens when you sell 3 more people in month 2. So you can kind of see how as each month, as you're bringing 3 additional people on with a P90X challenge pack, this is how this begins to build up over time. And another thing that starts happening is people get results in month 2, month 3 customers. A lot of times they're going to bring you referrals. So this is an added benefit of your excellent customer service that begins to happen in your business. It takes, though, really excellent customer service. Super, super excellent hand-holding, heart-holding, caring, excellent customer service to build and maintain that customer base. So I want to share a video with you, and I think this really points it out well. what one little boy could do in the lives of so many people? How many of you would like to be Johnnies for all the people that you work with? Yeah, wouldn't we? I agree. And you know what? We've got some tools to help you be Johnnies. And that's why we're really excited today to talk about the Beachbody Challenge Group Guides, because these are exactly the tools that are going to help you to be able to provide that kind of excellent, heart-caring customer service all throughout your challenge groups. There's tips, there's suggestions in there, there's weekly motivational videos, there's posts from the trainers, there's daily Facebook things. I'll tell you what, this thing makes it so easy for you to offer that kind of excellent customer service to all of those people in your challenge groups. And as you can see here, there's 4 of them, right? And it's really important that you, when you're going to put a challenge group together, to go grab all 4 of those guides. And let me explain why. The first one that you'll see there in your handout, you've got actual examples in your handouts right now. And that is the product training guide. How many of you know that there are product training guides on all of your products? Good.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, good show of hands. By the way, do you know that that includes nutritional products as well and not just fitness? Great. How many of you have downloaded them and actually 3-hole punched them and put them in a notebook? Good for you. Good show of hands on that.
That's awesome.
You guys are doing,
Good job.
you're rocking. You know what, that is important, because you might be on the phone and somebody's going to ask you a question. You just flip right over, and guess what? You can answer it instead of trying to search, get into your computer, find it on the Coach Online office, right? You got it right there at your fingertips. So the product training guide is really important in this challenge group, because you need to familiarize yourself with all the details of the product that you're now working in with people in this group, right? The second one in there talks about, we've got the participant guide. So remember, we talked earlier about the commitments that you're going to make. We also have the coach guide on how to start your group, tells you how to get it started. And the 4th one, the granddaddy of them all. And I'll tell you, we're getting awesome feedback on this 4th one. That's the one that has that week-by-week information. So every day, you're providing excellent information that's going to keep those individuals engaged in the group. It's so easy. You can cut and paste. And in fact, Mike's going to tell you another option here real quick about making sure that information is readily available to your participants in your Beachbody Challenge group. And here's an important note to know about this particular guide when that was put together. It wasn't just a throw together of information. We actually worked with the business leader. We worked with the trainer. We made sure that whatever was going in at a particular part throughout the program was there on purpose. It really was identifying with where the individual was in the program. So utilizing this is going to speak to them, because who knows better than the trainer, right, and the business leader on exactly what an individual is experiencing as they're going through the program. So you can trust that this information is going to be received very well, and it's going to really engage people and keep them bantering back and forth after they have this information. Mike, you want to share about the convenience for this?
Yeah, you know, the beauty of this is that, one, it makes you look very professional. 2, it's like pushing the easy button, really. Because what if you've done P90X and Insanity, but you never did Turbo? And you're starting a Turbo group, and you have a bunch of people in this Turbo group. Well, you don't have time to go do 90 days of Turbo, but you have this guide, right? And so what I do is I'll get on Hootsuite. And so for those of you that don't know what Hootsuite is, or the people online with this training, it's HOOTSUITE, Hootsuite.com. It's a scheduling device for social media. Okay, so what I do is I'll go take maybe, I don't know, it probably took me like 20 minutes, and I copy and pasted, I had a P90X group, I copy and pasted 90 comments from the deal, or some of them were links, like there's a video from Tony on certain weeks, and I had it scheduled out, automatically scheduled. So what it did is it ensured that even if life happened to me, or when my kids got sick, or we're on vacation, the posts were going on the page as scheduled. And then what I can do is just from my phone, I can check in every day and spend 5 minutes, depending on how many people are in the page. Because, I mean, when you have one challenge group page to coach all your people, you could have 5 people, you could have 50, you could have 500 people. It doesn't matter. And so you take the right amount of time and you go, hey, click like on their comments to acknowledge that they've been seen or heard, and then answer questions. You just take a focused amount of time every day. I just schedule it out. And depending on how many people are in the group, it might take a few minutes. It might take 10, 20 minutes. But that's your lifeblood of your business. So really, to me, I look forward to this. This is probably the most important thing we could do in our business because, as we know, most of the successful top income earning coaches started as customers first. And they need your support. And so this is the smartest, easiest way to do it. And I love that Hootsuite's available. It's free. I mean, how cool is that?
Yep.
So.
Absolutely. And guess what? Here's all of the different ones that we now have challenge guides for. So all of these are available in your Coach Online office. It's made it very easy in the marketing tools section. You can go right there, find that particular program, and get these guides. So all of them are there. And in fact, I know they're working diligently on the new combat one that's coming out very quickly, right? So watch for that one. Watch for announcements in your Breaking Coach news, okay?
This really makes you look good.
Sure does.
You're a pro with this.
So here's a goal for you, right? To really get some, remember we talked earlier about making sure you keep inviting until you have 2 people join your group? That makes sense? Remember that goal earlier we talked about? Oops, I need to go back. I didn't mean to click that. Apologize. It's going to go back? There we go. So we're going to do another 5-minute exercise. And here's what we're going to do. I want you to grab your phones. Go ahead. I know you guys all got smartphones. Come on. Get your phones out. We're going to take 5 minutes. We're going to have some fun. We're going to play a little music while you do this. All right. Here's the deal. I want you to reach out via a text, and you can do a group text or an individual text, however you want to do it. It's up to you. To individuals, you've already established a relationship, and you're going to tell them about your Beachbody Challenge group. So if you already have one started, this is about reaching out to some people you haven't reached out to before and let them know to find out if they're interested. That's all you're doing. Step 1, you want to find out if they're interested. So it could be as simple as, hey, I got a Beachbody Challenge group starting with Turbo on the 15th next month. Would you be interested? That's all you have to find out, if they're interested. We're just going to do step 1 here. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to see how many people respond to that. And again, just reach out. And if you don't already have one scheduled, I want you to take a couple of seconds, look at your calendar, determine a date that you can schedule one and what one you want to do, and then make sure that you send that out there. So let's go. Ready, set, go.
We have some house music. Just remember what you're doing right now is adding value to people's lives. Got 1 minute.
All right, heads up, everybody. And now you're just trying to get those last little letters in, right, and hit send. All right, did anybody get a response at all from, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So they said yes, they're interested? What date or time? I'd say that's interested. So you guys got people who said, yes, I'm interested? Put your hands up again. All of you that got a response. Okay, how many of you got more than 1 response? Anybody get more than 1? You got more than 1? You got more than 1? Did you get more than 2? Anybody get more than 2? Would you 2 ladies like to come on up here and get a gift? You back here, you back up here. Come on up here and get a gift. Might have another one. Give them a hand. Here we go. It's a great book by John Maxwell, Failing Forward. Thank you so much. Thank you. And here we go, Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Give them another hand.
Woo! Good job.
5 minutes. Look at that. You got people interested, right? But wait, I got to tell you something's going to happen for the rest of the time we're in training together. Here's all I want you to do so we're not too disrupted. Not everybody replies right away to your text, right? They might be busy, might be on the phone, might be doing something. But you're going to get replies to the text you just sent out, okay? So here's all I want you to do through the rest of the training. Just when you get the positive reply, just go like this. We'll just quietly raise your hand. Wait till you all see how many hands go up for the next hour. Oh, look at a hand already. Do you see what I mean?
2.
You see, this is going to keep, and it's such a great demonstration, ladies and gentlemen, right? To see that all you had to do was sit here for 5 minutes and ask people, would you be interested? And you've already learned what to do for step 2, right? So now you've done step 1. And you've added people to your contact list. You did a 5-minute exercise. Do you see how this activity can be done? Is this making sense for everybody? Great. So just raise your hand. We're going to be up here going.
Well, I love when we do these kind of drills because, I mean, seriously, there was only 10 minutes between these 2 drills. And, like, there's books written on the hour-a-day way. People would always say, oh, I don't have time to do this business. Like, are you kidding? If you realized what you can do, what you will do with a very small amount of time when it's just focused work, it's amazingly productive.
Excellent. And here's a great quote that we put on here with regards to the Beachbody Challenge groups. You know, it really is a teamwork. When you get into this group, you're working together as a team. And together, look at this. This is by Andrew Carnegie. Teamwork is the ability to work together toward a common vision. It is the fuel that allows common people to attain uncommon results. That's why when people get through this program together, wow, right? With that teamwork, that support, and that accountability in there. Let's take a look at this video that we talked about earlier so that you'll know this is available in your Coach Online office to send out, you know, in that initial invitation process. This is the one you can use for step 3. It's, do you ever feel like this?
Ever feel like this or this? What about this? Are you ready to start getting healthy? Well, this won't work. Neither will this. Unfortunately, this won't either. Don't get discouraged. This person can help, and this person, and this one in the yellow shirt, and that guy with the crazy smile, and that lady over there that kind of looks like your aunt. All of these people can help you get started on your path to losing weight, having more energy, or just getting a little healthier. How? They're all Team Beachbody coaches who are leading Beachbody challenge groups all across the nation. So what's a challenge group? Here's how it works. First, you decide on a Beachbody fitness program and then pick your favorite flavor of Shakeology to drink as your daily meal replacement shake. Second, you're going to commit to that program and drinking Shakeology every day. Some programs are 90 days, some are 60, 30, and we even have one that's only 21 days. And finally, your coach, remember these guys? Your coach and their support group are going to help you to succeed. We can't say that it's going to be easy, but connecting with others who share your goals in a Beachbody Challenge group makes it much more likely that you're going to see your commitment all the way through and get great results. Your challenge group will be there to support you, to motivate you, and to celebrate your success. And for all that work, you'll get healthy and fit and a free t-shirt. That's right. And to celebrate your results, Beachbody gives everyone who submits their before and after photos the official completion t-shirt for the program you did, and awards over $1 million a year in cash to people who have transformed their bodies and their lives, including 2 $100,000 grand prize awards for the most inspiring transformations of the year. How do you get started? Well, talk to the coach who shared this video with you and tell them that you're ready to join the Beachbody Challenge. A Beachbody Challenge Pack will give you everything you need to get started. You'll get a fitness program, Shakeology, and a free 30-day membership in the Team Beachbody Club, where you'll have access to customized meal plans, recipes, online demonstration videos, and even access to exclusive online chats with the Beachbody trainers, like Shalene Johnson, Tony Horton, and Shaun T. Oh, and you get free shipping too. Oh yeah, one more thing. All Beachbody products come with a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. So if you want to lose weight, get healthy, feel great, then there's no reason not to get started today. If you've been thinking that it's time to do something, then guess what? It's probably time to do something. So contact your Team Beachbody coach and sign up right now.
Isn't that fun?
That's awesome.
Yeah? You can send that to your, these individuals who are getting ready to come to your Beachbody Challenge group, your customers, step number 3. You can use that. It's a lot of fun. All right, so we've covered invite. What do you guys think? Do you understand that overarching behavior now? Does it make sense to everybody? Yeah. Thumbs up? All right. So now we're going to get into the ones that are the support of that, the ability to do a really good job of inviting. And number 2 is be proof the products work. And Mike's going to come on up here. We're going to talk about what that entails, but we know that it's what helps you have the confidence and the integrity to do that. Ready, Mike?
Yeah, this is where the credibility comes to play. And so it's, as I've always called it, it's not a look at me thing, it's a come with me thing, right? So we've all had our journey in fitness. Some people, you're already fit and you didn't really have anything to lose. Some people had a lot of weight to lose. Some people were skinny and wanted to put on muscle. There's so many versions of that story, but it all starts with, picking a program and just being about it, being a product of the products. And so, like it's been an interesting journey for me personally. When we did P90X the first time, I lost 43 pounds in 90 days. And then the next time I did it, I gained like 8 or 9 pounds of lean muscle. And then done Body Beast and put on some size and ready to do the reset again and take off some size. Like you can do these things. You have all these choices. But the thing that ties everything together is nutrition. And so, I don't know how anybody's going to get great results without putting some good stuff in their system. And so, before Shakeology came out, it was about recovery drink and some Activit. And we have some great things to complement Shakeology, but obviously, I don't know anybody that wouldn't go a day without Shakeology. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's certified low glycemic index. I mean, it's the healthiest thing I've ever found, and I've looked pretty hard. Like, people raising their hands. It's awesome. So, Shakeology, and then we have a great line of other supplements to add in there. This is one that I know is near and dear to your heart. I've done the Ultimate Reset, and you did the Ultimate Reset.
I did.
Anybody, show of hands, anybody who's done the Ultimate Reset?
Wow.
It's a lot of people. It's really awesome.
Some great results. Ultimate was really life-changing for me, and a lot of people have come up to me and asked me this year, geez, Denise, what did you do? Well, it started with Ultimate. I joined Carl's challenge in March and did the Ultimate Reset and was very fortunate. I have to tell you something, a little bit of personal information about myself. I come from a family of obesity. So struggling with my weight has been something I've had to deal with all of my life. My daddy died at a very early age. He was 5'4" and weighed 360 pounds. So, it came in our genes. It really did. On one side of the family, there's German. On the other side, there's Irish. And by golly, there's a little crazy French Indian in there somewhere as well. So all I can say is, you know, yeah, just stubborn and a little bit hot-headed and a little bit wild and crazy is really what I'm all about. But I've had to battle with that all my life. And so therefore, having an opportunity to not only have great workouts and then a program like Ultimate Reset, it really did for me what I needed to do, which is why I look the way I do today. So I'm very grateful and thankful for a program that not only just helped me lose weight, but it helped me rethink about the way I eat and what I put into my body now. And my body's never felt so energized. In fact, are you ready for a little secret? On December 12th, I will be 60 years old.
Wow. All right.
And proud of it, right? And proud of it, you know? I mean, I'm married to the handsomest man in the world. I really am. I have a son and a daughter, and I have 7 glorious grandkids. So all I can say is I hope everybody gets to experience and feel and have the opportunity to do what I am at this age. And so hopefully that's a great encouragement to anybody. But Ultimate really, really rocks. And here you go. Take the Beachbody Challenge, right? We've heard some great testimony about how you can earn some additional cash. Make sure everybody in your group gets engaged with this. They have an opportunity to win. Let them be winners with this opportunity. So don't leave this opportunity out. In fact, let's take a look at this next video. I think you're going to love this one too.
The Beachbody Challenge. It's inspirational.
I've lost 242 pounds.
It's transformative.
It just feels incredible.
It's life-changing.
I'm living my dream.
And guess what? Over $1 million in cash and prizes. Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Dan Cortese, host of the Beachbody Challenge. Over 1 million people just like you all over the world have joined the Beachbody Challenge to lose weight, get back in shape, reach their goals, and win huge cash prizes. Cha-ching! Now with the Beachbody Challenge, everybody wins. Because not only can you get a free t-shirt, you can win cash, prizes, and exotic trips. And you're transforming your health at the same time.
With the Beachbody Challenge, not only did I lose 50 pounds, I won $1,000.
I've lost 171 pounds, and I've won $26,000.
I went from a size 18 to a size 6.
I lost 104 pounds. I won $61,000.
I'm sitting in a wheelchair. I lost 76 pounds. I am so much healthier and happier.
Now I got myself in the best shape of my life.
And everyone who submits their results will get a free t-shirt. Pretty cool, huh? The Beachbody Challenge is a proven approach to successful weight loss and fitness. It will transform the way you look on the outside, how you feel on the inside, and give you a chance to win the $100,000 grand prize.
I've lost over 70 pounds and I've won $1,000.
I lost 22 pounds and won $1,000.
I've officially lost 136 pounds and been rewarded $100,000.
I've lost 242 pounds, and I won $100,000.
Getting fit. They want to pay you for that.
Beachbody, the largest home health and fitness company in the United States, has challenged over 16 million people in the last 10 years to lose weight, get back in shape, and help them reach their goals. So what's your challenge? What's your goal? You want to lose weight, get into the best shape you've ever been in? Well, if you're ready to set new goals that will transform your life and have a chance to win big bucks, oh, and get a free t-shirt, you can make it happen right now with the Beachbody Challenge.
Nothing else had ever gave me everything in one place that was helping me succeed.
All you need to do is go online or talk to a Beachbody coach who will help you choose the right Beachbody program for you. From programs as challenging as P90X and Turbo Fire, or as low impact as Brazil Butt Lift or Tai Chi. No matter your age or fitness level, Beachbody has something for you. So no matter what your fitness goals are, Beachbody has a program that will help you reach them. And you're not alone with the Beachbody Challenge. You get an independent Beachbody coach to help you every step of the way.
I had an amazing coach. She was somebody who made me believe that I was worth it.
And you get the support of your Beachbody Challenge group. You'll stay connected with people who have goals just like yours to help keep you motivated so you're never alone.
The amount of support is insane.
Add simplified nutrition with Shakeology, the healthiest meal of the day to help you lose weight, reduce cravings, and improve your health. That is good. All the tools you need to succeed are available through Team Beachbody and Team Beachbody coaches. It's that simple. Now, once you complete your Beachbody program, just submit your results online for your free t-shirt and a chance to win over $100,000. But it gets even better. If you start today, you're eligible to win daily monthly, even quarterly cash prizes, including the grand prize of $100,000.
It's kind of like a bonus for getting myself in better shape and eating better.
Plus, you can win an all-expenses-paid trip to Las Vegas, where guess what? I will be announcing the grand prize winners live on stage in front of thousands of people at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino in June 2013. Beachbody does Vegas, baby. Watch out. What are you waiting for? Today is the day to start creating the life you've always dreamed of. And a chance to win cash prizes every day, and maybe even take home $100,000. Take the challenge and experience the biggest life-changing fitness transformation and cash giveaway ever. Just go online to beachbodychallenge.com and get started today. So you, no, not you, yes, what are you waiting for? Take the Beachbody Challenge.
Get fit and get rich with the Beachbody Challenge.
Woo, huh? Isn't that great? Another great video. Another great tool for you to use, right? To invite people to your challenge group. This one's available in your Coach Online office. So again, you can use this one for step 3 too. When you want somebody to understand what the challenge group is, you know, they've got this rockin' personality, you're gonna send them this rockin' video to check it out, all right? So that's available for you as well. We want to take a minute now and invite up another guest to come up on stage. And actually, I'm really excited about this because I got a chance to talk with her last night. I'm looking forward to her to share with you what it was like to begin to, in her business, embrace Beachbody Challenge groups. So please welcome to the stage 5-star Diamond Coach, Carolyn Van Zandt. Come on up, Carolyn. Get you a microphone. Yeah, come on up. Sure. Would you turn to the crowd and just share what the success with challenge groups has done for you?
Definitely. I don't know about you, but when I first learned about the challenge groups and I went to a training like this, it was probably about a year ago. I was very excited during the training, but when I got home, my head started spinning and I felt extremely overwhelmed. And I knew we had a lot of tools and I knew I had things right in front of me, but for some reason, as I did my invites, I felt like I couldn't get everyone starting Turbo Fire on the same day, or I couldn't get everyone doing P90X at the same time, or I got someone who wanted to do P90X and someone else who wanted to do Insanity. So my head started spinning, and it just spun and spun and spun, and so I stopped. And I just thought, it just doesn't work for me. I'm just not a challenge girl. I'm good at this, I'm good at that, and I'm good at the other things. But what I realized when I did that was my team, whether you have a team of 2, of 3, of 10, or 200, my team did what I did. And they recognized that I wasn't running challenge groups. And when I would ask them about challenge groups, they'd say, oh, they would have the same issues as I had, but I had no answers for them. And so I remember I have a weekly call as a 5-star with Arnold, and he's always pushes me to which we all have to get out of our comfort zone. And he started asking me about the challenge groups and how many I had running and how many my team had running and how many they had running. And I was embarrassed to say, I don't have any running. And I had to really own it. And I said, Arnold, I'm not good at this. And I see all these other leaders running these great challenge groups, and I'm intimidated, and I just don't know how to do it, and I don't know what to do. And he said, well, I think you need to figure it out. And I thought, well, I think you're right. And so that week, I wrote down, figure out challenge groups. I got to figure it out for me. I got to figure it out for my team. It put a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress on me, but you know what I did? I reached out to my coach, and I said, hey, can I be a fly on the wall? I don't know how to do challenge groups. I'm not good at it, but I need help. Would you please put me in your challenge group? I just want to see what you guys do. Sure, she put me in her challenge group. And then I went to my team, and I went on our team page, and I said this same week, hey guys, I'm going to put together a challenge group, and if any of you guys, any of you coaches want to get in on this challenge group and just be a fly on the wall, and we'll learn together and support one another, let's do it. Oh my gosh, I got if you're ever on Facebook, and everyone, like 70 comments. Yeah, I want in. Oh, I want to see you work your magic, Caroline. Oh yeah, I'm in. And I thought, I have no magic to work. So that put more pressure on me, and I was scared to death. But I couldn't tell them, I don't know what I'm doing. But I didn't know what I was doing. But if I said that to them, all their hope would be out the window, because I was their their coach, their team leader. So something magical happened. I got the team page up. I started adding some of those coaches, and I said, hey, if you haven't, I don't care what they're doing. We can be doing Turbo Jam in here. We can be doing Insanity in here. They can be on day 22, and they can be on day 2. I don't care. Let's just get in here. Let's get on Shakeology, and let's get some momentum going. And we did, and now that group is about 80 people. They have formed, as you've seen on some of the videos, the most amazing relationships. I put leads in there, and then it's not only me talking to them, trying to get them on Shakeology or to purchase a challenge pack. I have other coaches. I have other coaches with customer leads. I don't even know actually half the people in there, other than I don't know if they're coaches, I don't know if they're leads. We're just one group that really fell in love. And we support one another, and other relationships have formed, and then other people have taken from that group and said, let's go start together. Day 1, Insanity. We're on Shakeology, let's go. We have recruited coaches that way. So if you don't know what to do, start that way. Let anyone in, because I did nothing. So imagine the people I wasn't helping because my big ego was in the way, because I thought it's just not for me. I'm not a challenge girl. So do something. Something's better than nothing.
Woohoo! Give her a hand. Awesome. Thank you so much. What an overcomer. Congratulations, Caroline. My gosh. And you know what? That is the beauty, right? You've got everybody in there, they're engaged, and then they're moving on to other things. And that's what happens in these challenge groups. You get somebody into one, and they might get started on a particular program, and as they're watching the other posts that are going on in these larger groups and hearing people talk about, maybe I'm a turbo girl, and all of a sudden I'm listening to all this fun stuff going on with Insanity, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to give Insanity a try then the next round. So they get done with their first challenge group. They finish their first 60 or 90-day program. They don't quit. Challenge groups are not a one and done, coaches. Challenge groups continue on and on and on. People don't want to give up their results, right? You know, you quit working out, guess what happens? Yeah, we don't want that, right? None of us, especially when we gain that strength, we gain those results. So the fun and the beauty of these challenge groups is people are able to collaborate in there, help each other pick another program, have some fun getting started on another program so they continue to keep their fitness moving forward. So challenge groups are a continual movement of moving from one challenge group to another as you invite everybody in. So another important thing that we know, and Mike actually alluded to a little bit of this information earlier, is I think this is some important statistical information for you. We have studied this in the life cycle of a high-performing coach. Look at this. 71% of Diamond coaches were customers first. 71% of our successful coaches were customers first. So you want to allow those individuals who you are talking to, moving through that invitation process, let them be customers if that's where they want to come in. Because here's what happened, right? They're a newbie. Do they know anything? No. But then they start participating. And what happens when they start participating? Day 2, day 3, they're asking themselves, what was I thinking, right? Because they're hurting for certain. But I'll tell you what, they're in the group, right? They're being encouraged, they're being supported, you know, people are saying, hang in there. In fact, I'll tell you a real quick story about this. We had a customer challenge group put together in San Antonio. A guy said, he stood up, raised his hand, he said, you know, Denise, I got to tell you what happened to me when I came in as a customer in this group. I came in, he says, I got to day 4, I was dying, I was hurting so much. He said, I just went on Facebook and I told everybody, I can't do it. I can't, I'm out. Thanks, you guys, it was nice, but I'm out of here. And he said within seconds, people were in there on Facebook saying, no way, dude, we're not letting you out of this group. We're not going to let you fail. You're in. And he was like, no, sorry, it's just too hard for me. He said, next thing I know, my phone starts ringing off the hook. They're all calling me. They're saying, no way, not letting you out. If we have to come to your house and work out with you, we are not letting you out. And he said, so guess what? I'm standing here before you now. I weigh 60 pounds less than I did 6 months ago. Wow. And it was because of the people in that group in the first 3 and 4 days who said, we will not let you fail. Isn't that amazing? So that's the beauty of these groups, of people coming together like this, especially when you're a participant and you need that help. And then what begins to happen? You start getting into like the second month, seeing some things happen, you know, faces look a little thinner, starting to lose a little bit of those muffin top lumps, you know? And guess what? All of a sudden you're enthusiastic. People are coming up to you, right? And they're saying, what are you doing? You're looking really good. What do you got going on, right? They're asking you some questions. And before you know it, you're an enthusiast. You're feeling good about what's beginning to happen in your life. People are approaching you. It begins to turn into a very positive situation. You complete the program, you achieve your goals, and you become an advocate. You own it, right? You right? People come up to you and ask you something. You tell them, yeah, I did that program. I got through Insanity. I finished my Turbo Fire. Man, I lit it on fire. Look at me now, right? Right? So look at that. That's what happened. You feel so good. Your confidence level, you own that stuff. It's all yours. That is when you're ready to become a coach. So we wanted to share this slide with you because it's all about your belief system. Remember we talked about that important pillar, being able to have that integrity as a product of the product, building that confidence to be able to go out there and share. So that's why this is so important. So it is a process for people. Mike, you want to talk about the importance of developing your story?
Yes. Yes. So we have this awesome thing, right? It's awesome. Look what it's done to change your life. You're in the videos. I'm like, here it is. But how do you share that? You know what I mean? We have this thing, it's amazing, and we want to convey that. We need to relate to people. So it becomes that simple thing of just connecting, relating. Hey, how are you doing? You know, and then you get in that conversation, you've learned how to form somebody, and a lot of times I'll just stop the conversation. Hey, I don't know. All I know is that prior to joining Team Beachbody, I was, you know, and I'll just give you another person's stats. So prior to joining Team Beachbody, I was 307 pounds. I was morbidly obese. I had intimacy issues. I wouldn't take my shirt off the beach. Blood scores were crazy. I was expecting type 2 diabetes. Life was not good. All I know is since joining Team Beachbody, I am 100 pounds lighter. My cholesterol's amazing. I feel great. I'm vivacious. I'm running around with the kids. The kids are trying to keep up with me. Kids are working out with me. Boom, 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 right? So it's a simple thing where I would love you guys to take a moment. Do we have time to do that? Let them write it down? Or just write the framework? So the framework of this is this. Prior to joining Team Beachbody, I was, and you can fill this out later. Prior to joining Team Beachbody, I was. Since joining Team Beachbody, I am. And you fill it in. I am debt-free. I am financially doing phenomenal. I'm taking a trip every single month this year. That was pretty fun. All those things, right? And I don't know, all I know is this is worth checking out. And so but in developing your story, you want to convey, why is it cool? What have you gotten out of it? You got to go do all the fun things you love to do. Whatever you love to do. It's not about me, it's about you. And when it's you talking to them, it's not about you, it's about them. So because your Beachbody business, you hope to, right? These are just great things to go fill out.
All right. Now let's talk about being proof the products work. Here's an exercise for you, for any of you who don't currently have a Beachbody Challenge group. You want to make sure that you take a look at your calendar, pick a date, make sure that you've got one. If you've got one, you want to constantly be motivating and promoting that particular challenge that's coming up. You may just have one big one that you're bringing everybody into, but you obviously still got to be promoting that particular Beachbody Challenge group that you have put together. You want to make sure that people understand the importance of all the things that are there, fitness, nutrition, right? Making sure they sign up for the Beachbody Challenge contest. And now what we're going to do is we are going to move into the third vital behavior, and that is personal development. This is really the one where you're going to be working on yourself. This is about improving your skill sets. And everybody's different, right? Everybody has areas where they're really strong in and other areas that they might have some major weaknesses in. So what the goal here is to build confidence in those areas that might be areas you struggle with. And obviously, when you do build that confidence, it's going to improve your ability to invite. So sometimes, though, have you ever noticed when you get started doing something for the first time, or maybe you start setting out a goal of yours, you know, you want to do something in your life. Do you ever have somebody, you share that with them and they go, that'll never happen. Oh, look at all the heads nodding. You ever had anybody rain on your parade, right? That is not happening. I see some hands going up in the way back. All right. Well, here is a great video for you to watch, and we're going to talk about personal development.
I'm going pro. I'm going pro.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. You know,
be about as good as I was. That's kind of the way it works, you know, and I was below average. You know, so, whoa. So you'll probably ultimately rank somewhere around there, you know, so really, you'll excel at a lot of things, just not this. So I don't want you out here shooting this ball around all day and night, all right?
All right.
Okay? All right, go ahead. Hey. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period. Let's go.
You like that one? Yeah. So when somebody's raining on your parade, right? You got to protect those dreams. And we protect the dreams of the people that we bring in and that we're helping as well. And I just want to say, you know what, for all of us, when we get involved with Beachbody, a lot of times it changes our lives both physically, emotionally, right, financially. There's all sorts of ways that it can have an impact. You can begin to dream again, begin to think about the things you think of as a kid that you always wanted to do. You know, as Mike said, a lot of times when he's talking to people and trying to find out their why, sometimes it's some of those dreams that we've given up. I mean, how many of you had some dreams when you were in high school and you haven't quite gotten there yet? Yeah. Don't give up.
Yeah, let's change that.
Yeah, don't give up. Don't give up. Protect that dream. Keep that dream. You know, when I was 4 years old, my mom and daddy were really poor. My daddy, you know, delivered milk in a truck when it used to be delivered to the door. And I know you guys don't remember that. And in fact, you know, we had one of those kind of telephones that hung on the wall and you did this and you cranked it, right? Really, truly, I know. And it didn't even have this yet. It had this. So, but I can remember my sister read me a book about Paris, France. And I remembered because she was 4 years older than me, and I remembered running into the kitchen to my daddy, and I said, Daddy, guess what? I'm going to go to Paris. And he said, sure, Denny Lynn, yeah, that's going to happen. I mean, we were really poor. I mean, a lot of our clothes came from the Salvation Army when we were little and growing up. So to my dad, he couldn't imagine his little girl having a dream of going to Paris, France, right? I was 4, but when I was 34, I stood on that famous river in Paris with my daughter. And I did not give up on that dream. So don't you give up on your dreams. It doesn't matter how many years it might take for you to get to them. Don't give up on your dreams. And personal development can be a great way for you to align back into those dreams, right? And we've made it real easy for you to get that personal development. Success on Demand, right there in your Coach Online office. How many of you right now are engaged in some sort of personal development reading or video or tapes? Good for you. Congratulations. Awesome. You also hear Success on Demand can take audio form, video form, all sorts of formats for that. But before we go any further, I want to invite up another coach. She's going to share something about personal development that was very relevant and important to her. Priscilla Ashley, another 5-star Diamond coach. Would you come up and join us real quickly and share this?
Hi, coaches. When I first signed up as a coach, I knew that I wanted to be a business builder. I kind of knew that from the very beginning. And my coach, Christine McLean, she was kind of my cheerleader. She was excited for me, and that is, I think, part of the reason why I have excelled in this business. And I hope that I have also taken this with my coaches, and some of them are here today, that I'm excited for them, and in turn that makes them excited to build the business. So with Christy and I, what we decided to do was be success partners. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard about success partners. And what we would do is just text each other daily what our workout was, what we had for our diet that day, and also our 3 to 5 exposures. I know that we all talk about 2 exposures a day, but Christy and I decided to go ahead and up that to 3 to 5 exposures a day. And of course, I did keep a list of names so that we could always follow up with those coach prospects as well. And that is Success Partner is what we've kind of worked around our business on. So
awesome.
That's it.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Priscilla? You know, what Priscilla was sharing there is the essence of really bonding with somebody, right, on a daily basis, and somebody that was encouraging you and keeping you focused on what your goal are. Success partners are really another awesome part of personal development. So for those of you who have not engaged in that, and you find that sometimes you kind of lose your way, lose your path, right, having that success partner can be really great. Did you guys engage in personal development together too? You did? Great. Awesome. All right. So in addition to that, we also want to talk about the National Coach Call, right? National Coach Call has some really great feedback on there from coaches all over the country who have been successful. So that's available for you every Monday morning. You'll notice right here, it's got the information up there for any of you who haven't already taken part in that. Not only is it live, but it's archived immediately. We usually get that up within just minutes after that call takes place. You can also receive text reminders for the National Coach Call. So it's another great place to earn some, get some more personal development information. Coach Summit, how many of you have already been to Summit? Good show of hands.
Right.
How many of you are ready to go this next year? Yes. All right. Let's take a look at how this is going to rock for anybody who hasn't signed up yet.
Let's go! Jab, cross, back knee. Come on!
You all are in here taking care of business. You obviously are committed.
And that's what we're all about, is helping people achieve their goals.
I love you too.
It's fantastic. I love it.
Beachbody has afforded me things that I would never dream possible.
Richard Neal!
I'm the person I am today because of each and every one of you believing in me. And I'm
Speechless. What can I say?
Woohoo, huh?
All right.
All right. So anybody not signed up, you have got to get signed up for this thing. It rocks. It will change your life and your business. You'll be hobnobbing with all the other coaches, being in that amazing, amazing environment. And so if you have a team and some of your coaches are not yet signed up, please help all of your team be there. It really makes a big difference when you go as a team.
Yeah, and realize there are more aha moments at Summit than anywhere else. I mean, you guys know because you've been there, and for the people that are watching this video, you got to realize the value in Summit is just priceless. I mean, the event is wildly inexpensive to get there. Just get there. That's all. It's a strong recommendation. Got to be at Summit.
And it changes your life. And there's always great personal development training as well. You're going to hear from top coaches doing additional training. So it just doesn't get any better, right?
Yeah,
excellent, excellent experience. Here's another one. We have the Success Club Leadership Retreat that we hold every year. This is something you have an opportunity to earn. You can go into the Coach Online office and find out what the qualifications are for that one. This is a smaller, intimate group of a higher level in rank, but that doesn't mean you can't make it a goal and be there, right? Because you can make those dreams come true. Another great event, Dana Point, right?
Dana Point, it's amazing. And I got to tell you that the first one of these I qualified in was 2009, and my business went up 500% in the following 12 months. Okay, 5 times whatever you make right now would be awesome, right? One event, aha moments. And some of the moments are in the classes. Some of it's like Tommy Migrant and I call hallway time, when we're just chit-chatting out and about life, about whatever, and you realize these things, and oh my gosh, it just unlocks something for your business, whatever that one thing is that you need. And it happens at these events. Like, you can get to these events. They're there for you to qualify. You don't have to win this. You just qualify to go. That's a huge fundamental difference in a lot of different companies. This one you can just qualify. So, I mean, by all means, understand that it's not what you can or can't do. It's just what you will or you won't do. Make the decision, write it down. Your goals need to be written, and put that on there.
All right. Also, who else supports this? Our own CEO, Carl Deichler. He is an avid personal development individual. Can't tell you the number of times we will hear from Carl on a weekly basis of something that he's reading. So it's all throughout our whole organization. Personal development is key. So we're glad that you guys are already engaged in that. We had a great show of hands here. So here's another opportunity then for those of you who may not currently be doing a particular personal development one. This is your time to make a goal to do that. Pick and choose whichever skill set you want to improve. You know, Mike, you even mentioned a great way for them to find out what might be a good book to dig into.
Yeah, you know, Carl always has it posted either on his Facebook page or on his blog. So find out what Carl's reading. I get a lot of, you know, Carl texting us about, you know, read this. You guys, there's always a flow, and so you can find out, you know, follow me on Facebook or Twitter and see what I'm reading. And it's, you know, I get 10 pages into a good book, and I couldn't tell you what crazy stuff happened that day. It's all of a sudden it's a new focus and it's new ideas. Some of them I get on audio, so anybody who's got time in the car, make that drive time university. I mean, that's priceless. Sometimes I'll take an extra warm-up for a workout, and I'll just listen to something on the bike just as I'm just spinning to get my blood up and getting ready to go. So you make those opportunities, because even if, and like I have a great point to make with this, even if you're just super awesome and you have everything together and you have no issues, no baggage, a flawless childhood, you're this magical super person, you're going to bring people on your team that aren't you. There's people are going to have issues with whatever it is in life, and that's fine. We all do. So you need to know what to recommend. Don't go to the bookstore and throw a dart at the rack and go, oh, I hope that one's going to be the one. Like 95% of the books at those stores don't even make it on Darren Hardy's read list. So when you talk about like Success Magazine, that you have your success, what do we call it, Success tab?
Success on Demand.
Success on Demand. That's priceless, and it's free for you as a coach. So you can go in there and you can pick a great book that way too. And there's so many things. You can watch videos from the author first, so you find somebody who resonates with you. Go for it. Dig in. I mean, I have a stack of them, and I'll read a few chapters of this. I'll read a few chapters of that. It just depends on kind of what's going on in my business or in my life at that time. And everything that you do with this will better all the other aspects of your life. I mean, and probably faster than it'll better your business life. So, you know, happy home is happy home.
And the last bullet here is equally as important. You know, it's great to read the book, but it's really important to implement what you've learned, right?
Yeah.
So practice it. You know, practice. And again, maybe not be comfortable at first, but go out there and actually put it into play into your life so it becomes something that is a relevant change and an improvement.
Yeah, don't just be a professional student. Like, put these things into play.
All right, so we're just about ready to wrap up. We're really great that you've been able to hang in there with us, but we've got another very, very important part here to cover. So we're going to do another exercise. You've got some handouts here. We're going to talk about setting goals and tracking activity. You want to share this quote, Mike?
Yeah, from Brian Tracy. The establishment of a clear central purpose or goal in life is the starting point of all success. To me, your goals are abstract unless they're written down and have a fair amount of details to them. Okay, so you've got to get the goals on paper. And in my office, I have this big giant Post-it paper. It covers 2 different walls. And last year it used to say, what did I do today to get to my goal of, and last year it was getting to 15-star and this and that and all these different things, right? You have the litany of goals. And you look at it every day. So if you're professional and you're on a computer all day at work, have it on your desktop. Have it somewhere. What did I do today to get to my goal of, and you list out all your goals. So why don't people set goals?
What'd you say? Fear of failure. Anybody else? Just shout it out. Why don't we set goals?
Pressure on you.
Puts pressure on you. What else? What else? What'd you say? Don't know where to start, right? Anything else? I'm sorry? They just give up. Okay. Anybody find concerns over being held accountable, right? Saying it out loud and somebody else hearing you? And then saying, you said you were gonna, right?
Yeah. That's a scary thing, isn't it?
Sure is.
I had somebody out my goal, and until somebody did that, I didn't go for it. You know, so sometimes we have to help our people along and then support them and help them understand that the failure is okay. You're gonna stumble and fumble and bumble until you get it.
So here's what we're going to do. Are you ready for this one? We're going to change your paradigm. Take and read this. Do you agree? Yeah. So we're going to have some fun doing this. Failure occurs when you don't set goals and track your activity. That's when the failure happens, right? So it's really, really important to do that. I'm going to share you a really, really quick story because I know we've got just a few minutes left, but I think it's really important. As I shared earlier, remember I had some weight issues, so I started in my 30s. I figured, well, if I go run for a mile, maybe that'll take some of this excess weight that's coming on off. It didn't. So I went out and I said, oh gosh, I guess I better run 2 miles. So I started running 2 miles. Did it help? Nope, the weight still wasn't coming off. So then I went out and I decided I'd run 3 miles, and all of a sudden I started seeing the difference. Some of that extra weight started coming off. Well, I was living in Kansas City at the time. I got promoted to Chicago. My brand new boss came from Boston. He flew in. We were getting ready to do some training. And that night we had dinner together, and as we were getting ready to say our goodbyes and get ready to work the next morning, he said, oh, by the way, Denise, he said, I hear you're a runner. I want you to go running with me tomorrow. I said, I'm not a runner. He goes, well, I heard you're a runner. And I said, no, no, no. I just run 3 miles to maintain my weight. And he goes, great. I'll see you tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, you need to understand something about this. This guy was from Boston, and he had run 10 marathons, okay? He was 6'4", and I was 5'4", all right? Could you just see me, right, trying to keep up with this guy? I didn't sleep all night. I had panic anxiety attacks all night long. It's my new boss, right?
Fear of failure.
I'm thinking, oh, my God. But we bundled up. It was January, by the way, in Chicago. We were at the Schaumburg Marriott, and there's a park right across from there. And he said, okay, here we go. We get down there. He looks at his watch, and off we go. We go running through the park, and we're talking about the business and blah, 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 blah. And that air's coming out of our mouth, right, to see the fog. And we get back to the hotel, and he goes, so, Denise, what do you think? How far do you think you ran? I said, oh, I run 3 miles. He said, no, that wasn't my question. My question was, how far do you think you just ran? I said, I run 3 miles. And he said, no. You just ran 6 miles. I said, no, I run 3 miles. See, he didn't know I was a stubborn German, Irish, French Indian, did he? But I have to tell you, I stood there for a few seconds and I looked up at him and I thought, oh my God, the only person limiting me and what I can do is me. What if I had set a goal for 6 miles? What if I had set a goal for 10 miles? It was such an epiphany in my life. For the rest of my life, since I was in my 30s, I have never limited myself on setting goals because I learned such a valuable lesson in that instant that the only person who limits me is what I could believe I could do, right? Because I just proved it to myself. So I said to him, I said, well, you know what? Could you help me run a marathon? And he said, absolutely, but here's the deal. We're going to have goals. And our goal is that you're going to complete your first marathon in less than 5 hours. And to do that, you're going to log your activity every single day, and you're going to do what I tell you. Okay, right? Because he was. He was like, if I'm going to spend time mentoring you to do this, this is what we're going to do. And so every day I did exactly that. I had a little log. I logged my activity. He told me exactly the different types of things I had to do. And I'll tell you, in less than a year, I ran my first marathon in 4 hours and 16 minutes.
Nice.
So, I only share that story with you not to brag, but to be an example, right? To be an example. You can do it. You can set goals. You can do some daily consistent activity, right? By logging that activity, it gives you a mirror to look at, right? To see what you're doing and what you're not doing. And when you do that, that's when you're going to get to that long-term goal. That's when you're going to achieve those marathon goals or dreams that you have. Does that make sense to everybody? So, goodness, if this Gmail can do it, you can do it, right? I'm just a little girl from Illinois. So I hope that was really helpful for you. We're going to now do another great exercise. So open up your handouts. You have in there your business activity tracker. This is also located in your Coach Online office in the CTA and the resource section. It is an interactive PDF. Again, meaning you open it up, save it, close it, open it back up, and you can type all of your goals and track your activity right into this document. So here's what we're going to do right now. I want you to pair up with the person next to you. We're going to do another 5-minute exercise. I want you to set next week's goals and write it in on this document, okay? So pair up with the person next to you. You can talk to each other if you want to, but you need to write your goals for next week before we finish in the next 5 minutes. Go, dude, go.
That actually still on. It's still on. Just take that for a minute. We just have a hook.
We've got like 3 or 4 more slides. We're done. We're going to end up on time. Great. Awesome.
That's all right. So is
Yeah. I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have about 3 more slides, right?
Yeah.
3 or 4 slides, that's fine. Good to hear him talking.
Yeah, this is great. That's a lot of activity.
Huh?
That's a lot of activity.
Yeah. Because they're really engaging right now, the jam. I don't want to take the, it's like, just brought the energy way up. You have 1 more minute. to talk about Success Club and the importance of Success Club. Yeah.
You're talking about this business development tracker. It's like, otherwise, I didn't appreciate it. I haven't ever used it. Just now starting. You gave me the talk the other day about other people using it. And when you did, yours like.
All right, everybody, time's up. Wow, did you hear the room?
That was some energy. That was
Fantastic. Awesome. You guys were just into this. That's amazing.
Goals.
So what do you think? Were you guys able to write some goals down for next week? Did you find this helpful? All right. That's what this is about, right? You got with a partner, right? You guys shared together. That's the beauty of a success partner. You were able to set some goals, right? Get ready for next week. Can you imagine if you go out next week and start doing what you just did? Look at all the activities we've done today. Added people to our contact list, right? Found out people who were interested. Now you've got your goals for next week already locked and loaded, ready to go. You guys, you can do this. Can you do this? Yes. All right. Let's go.
All right. So we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. It takes 21 days to form a habit. That's why the turning point on P90X is about the end of week 3, right? You're in the zone, you're ready, you're doing it. You're consistent, persistent. That's the magic of life. So to reward consistency and persistency, we have a Success Club. And the Success Club, the jewel of this is that we have this vacation that you can earn every year. You don't have to win it, you can earn it. Okay? This is priceless. And a big thing in my why when I first got started is that I hadn't been on vacation in years. And I really wanted to go on a trip. And so the first trip that we went on in many, many years was on a Success Club. It was on the Success Club cruise. And it was a huge thing. And then all the times that, you remember that dinner, that big giant table, all the people on St. Patrick's Day? Like, it was the most fun dinner ever. And it's these moments that happen on these trips that are amazing. And I wouldn't go a month ever again without being in Success Club. I mean, I've been in it every single month since its inception. And I think all but a couple were all in Success Club 10. And I'm not saying that to impress you. I'm just saying that you need to know it can be done. And you just set your goals like you just did, and then you get uncomfortable and you just do it. Right? And it'll drive you nuts until you just, like you said, when you had to set that challenge group, until you just figured it out, because you had to get uncomfortable. Right? That's where the work begins. Get uncomfortable and just set out the goal and do it. And that needs to be on your list of goals.
All right, so we've talked today about the importance of the Beachbody Challenge Group training. That was our purpose for coming here together, right? We talked about identifying the most leverage activities. Did we do that? What do you think? Do you guys feel like through the 3 vital behaviors you know what to do? Through the tools you have in your handouts here, you know now the what to do? How many of you want to? Let's see a show of hands. My God, look at the want to. Did we turn the want to on? Huh? All right. We now understand how to take action, right, and get those results, right? All right, that was what we want to accomplish, because remember we said from the beginning we were going to talk about the end, and that was that after you got through this 3-hour intensive training, you were going to have information that told you what to do, how to do it, why to do it, and also that you would really want to do it. We've talked about the importance of the 3 vital behaviors, inviting being the overarching one, being product of the product that helps support that along with personal development, so you can be more successful at reaching out and helping more people so that we can end this trend of obesity. So here's another really, really good quote by Brian Tracy. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. All that matters is where you're going. So today, a new day, right? We can move forward now with the new tools, with the training you have, with the activity, with the opportunity now from everything that you've had a chance to learn. And obviously, with doing that, the decision's going to be up to you. Let's listen to this real quick.
My name's Corey Bailey. I'm from Belmont, New Hampshire, and I'm a diamond coach. After my son was born, he was born with clubbed feet, and we had no idea that he was going to be born that way. And I took it really hard. I slipped into a really dark place. I suffered with postpartum depression for a long time, and it really affected my life. I'd had enough. I just had enough, and I wanted to get better. I I took a chance on a fitness program, P90X. It was the first time that I had been excited about anything. Within that 90 days, I felt good. It was the best I'd felt in a long time. I found out through my upline coach, Jeff Gamet, about the coaching opportunity when he contacted me via Facebook. It took me less than a day to decide to become a coach. I wanted to really get out there and kind of give back. I was truly excited to talk to people about the programs that helped change my life. I wanted to see if I could help people as well. My mother has actually been struggling with her weight for years. She's had very little support. It's scary for me because my mom is overweight and I worry about getting that phone call. Your mom just had a heart attack. I started buying my mom Shakeology. I told her that with the money that I make from the coaching opportunity, I will buy her Shakeology on a monthly basis. I'm gonna keep supporting her, and even if I'm the only supporter, I don't care, because I want my mom to be around for a long time.
Hi, my name is Craig Snook. I'm from Schoolcraft, Michigan. I'm currently a diamond coach, one-star qualifying. I had a spinal injury in November 2003, and I went from being a very active 38-year-old dad to complete sedentary. It was hard to deal. I felt like a failure to my family. I felt like a failure to myself. I really felt like I was just taking up space. I knew I needed to do something. I had no idea what. I first found out about P90X watching TV, sitting in my recliner. I've gotten my life back, gone from the guy who gave up on himself to being someone who stands out now and looks at it and goes, all right, bring it on. My life has changed a lot since becoming a Team Beachbody Coach. The additional money we're making from being Team Beachbody Coaches, it's really changed the way we're able to do things, having the extra money to put in savings and be able to pay off bills. We've got travel plans that we wouldn't have had before. It's been awesome. Now is the best time to become a Team Beachbody Coach because honestly, your fellow man needs you. Obesity rates are 70% of the adult population in the US alone. The opportunity is there. We have people who are truly looking for us. There's nothing better than getting an email or getting a phone call and saying, you know what? I lost 3 pounds this week. Just to hear and see that light in their eyes about, look, I'm getting better. And that's awesome. I get an opportunity to help others who may be struggling and give them that same chance that I've been given.
I'm going to go ahead and move on to decision-making time now, right? Because that's really what it's about. It's about making a decision, because you've heard a lot of information today, because the more people you help, the more successful you're going to be. So I hope today this training has been able to provide you with some great tools. I know Mike, I'm so gracious that he's been able to be here with us. He's given us some great information from practical application, from being a leader in the field, somebody who started with a journey, and look where he's arrived today. I want to bring up Mr. Jeff Hill right now because I know he's going to close this up for us and help us really wrap this thing up, everybody. Jeff, would you like to come on up?
I'd love to. All right. Let's give a big hand to Denise and to Mike Ryan for a job extremely well done. Thanks, bud. These guys we appreciate them a lot. Lots of great information today. Lots of great information today. And as Carl started out this morning, he talked about, it's great to get the good information, but at the end of the day, you have to do something with it, right, to make it count. And if I've got your permission, I want to end with just a real quick personal story. So bear with me. You guys all know, most of you know that I have a pretty big family. I have 7 children, as we like to say. They're all boys except 6 girls. And so what that means is there's some puzzled looks out there, right? They're going, let me see, what does that mean? That means that we have one boy, okay? And his name's Christopher, and we call him Topher. And some of you have been at Summit, and you've seen some videos and things like that I've shared. But Topher's spoiled rotten, okay, by his mother, because he's the only boy, you know, and he can do absolutely, you know, no wrong. But he's a talented kid as well. He's really, really a good kid. He loves to wakeboard, and he loves to snowboard. And he's gotten pretty good at wakeboarding, okay? And we go to this little lake every summer up in Montana. We've gone there since I was, you know, just that old. So for the last, you know, 15 years or so, and or longer. But he's developed into this great wakeboarder. But what happened is he plateaued. And he got to this point because he'd go out with these other kids, and it turns out pretty quickly that he got as good as the other kids, okay? And he was better than everybody else, so there was nobody pushing him. And even though he inherited, you know, this tremendous amount of outstanding athletic ability from me, you know, and he...
Sorry. The microphone's on.
Yeah, the microphone's still on, so be careful.
He is an
okay?
athlete.
So, okay.
In all seriousness. You are.
In all seriousness.
You are.
Yeah, now I'm going to reel you back in now, okay? But, you know, I couldn't give him much more help either. And he wanted to do, I mean, he could do the flips and the back flips and all these kinds of cool things, you know, and his mom thinks that he ought to be in the Olympics and the World Championships and all this kind of stuff, you know, like moms will do. But he wanted to do this one move that's called a Rayleigh. And a Rayleigh is like a Superman. And what that means is, you know, you get behind the boat and you're shooting across the wake going about 45 miles an hour. Okay, so I mean, you're going about 25 miles an hour, but by the time you pull across the wake and you hit that wake, and the wake's about that high and it's about like that, you know, it shoots you straight up in the air and pulls you across, but you're hanging onto the rope like this, and your board is out flat out behind you, and you're Supermaning across this wake about, you know, about 10 to 15 feet in the air. Okay. Scares you to freaking death, okay, to see this thing happening. Because you know, if you don't get the board back underneath you, what's going to happen? It's ugly, okay? It's way big ugly time, okay? And so he's going, I really want to learn how to do this, Dad. This is kind of the next move for me to get better, all right? So, again, with my outstanding athletic ability, I don't know quite how to teach him to do that. But we're up at the lake. There's a kid there that was really, really good that knew how to do this Rayleigh. So we got on the deck. Okay, on the dock. And they had a trampoline there, and Topher had practiced, you know, so we'd been on the trampoline practicing and, you know, kind of doing the bouncing and going out and got the theory right, and this kid was saying to him, you can do this. You can do this. This really is pretty easy, you know, if you just execute right on this thing. So had the theory down, did some practice down, do everything that he was supposed to do, and then came that moment of truth, that big gap where he had to get off the dock and he had to get in the boat, okay? So we're loving life right now, okay? Because I'm in there, Mom's in there, you know, she's got the cameras, you know, everyone's there cheering. We got the fat sacks in the boat, you know, got the ballast filled up, so we've got this huge wake. Everyone's cheering on Topher. Well, you know, it's easy because Topher's in the water ready to kill himself, and we're cheering him on, right? So we're liking this, but, you know, this is the big moment. So here's what happened. He gets out there, he knows what he's supposed to be doing, he pulls out, you know, and then here's the wake over here. And so he's, you know, trying to find the right water, the smooth water. So he comes pulling in as fast as he can go. He gets right up to the wake, and guess what he does? He stops. Okay, scared to death. Okay, understandable. Pulls out again, does this again. Pulls out, waits. Come on, Toph, you can do this. Bam, pulls in. Whoa, stops again. 2, 3 times. It's like when you're one of those little kids on the high dive. You know, and how many times do you count to 10? You know, I'm going to jump, and you know, you never do it till someone pushes you off or something, you know, kind of. So about the 4th time, he finally comes in, pulls out, and I'm going, Topher, you're going too fast. He hits this wake, and he just takes off into the air. And the guy, this guy that was teaching him how to do it is just like, oh my gosh, what's he doing? And Topher is flying. I mean, literally, he's about 15 feet in the air, flying across the wake. He gets his board out. It's a vision of loveliness. He's doing this thing perfectly. Coming in, now you're going, Topher, get your board back underneath you now. Topher comes flying through the air, and guess what happens? Just splats on the water. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, he's dead, you know, kind of a thing. No, I mean, well, you think about it. You're going 40 miles an hour, and you're hitting water like concrete. You know, so we turn around the boat really fast. We get back there, and he's wearing a helmet. Topher, you okay? You know, and he's like, uh-huh. You know, he's 16 years old, so he's kind of, you know, he has that sense of immortality. And so the best advice I can give to him at that moment is what? Do it again. You can't let this stop you. You got to get back in the saddle. You got to get back on the deal. You got to do this again. You know, and he's just looking at me like, how'd I get you for a dad? This is the worst advice anybody could ever give their son. You don't love me, right? I said, Topher, you got to do this. So he gets back out there, does a few more fakes at that, comes in, bam, he hits that wake, and just does it perfectly. You know, lands it, comes in, smiles from where? From here to here. You know, Dad, you know, we did this thing. We did this thing. This is so cool. And here's what happened. That moment became a moment in his career, if you will. Now, you know, he's good. He's not going to do in the world championship, but he's good. But opened up this level of confidence in wakeboarding now where he tries things. He can do new things. And it's because, as he talked about earlier, Mike was talking about failing, about falling. You know, you got to dare do those things. Now, how does that apply to you guys? What's happened this morning is that you've come in here and Denise and Mike have been on the dock with you, okay? And they've been saying, here's some things, here's some basics, here's some fundamentals, here's some of the keys to inviting. And I'm going to suggest to you that right now that you know enough to be successful, okay? You know what you need to do. They've introduced tools to you. There's enough tools out there. Online, you can find them. Work with your regionals. Work with your upline. The tools are there. But now what you have to do is that you have to get off of the dock. You got to get into the boat. You got to get into the water. You got to hang on to the rope. And guess what's going to happen? The boat's going to pull you out, and you're going to run into somebody that you want to talk to. And what'll probably happen the first time is you're going to come up to that wake, up to that person, and you're going to go just like this. And what are you going to do? You're probably going to go like, you know. And then you're going to go like this again, and you're going to go to talk to that person. You know, and you're going to be rehearsing what you're going to say. You're going to be thinking about it. It's too fast, too rocky, whatever. And then when you try it, chances are that they may say, I'm not interested right now. Okay? Probability is, correct me if I'm wrong, that may very well be what happens. And where your mettle will be tested, where your success will be tested, is your ability to get back in the saddle and to go back and do it again. And to the degree that you are willing to keep trying and to perfect it, okay, you will be successful. Because you have been given enough here to be successful. Okay? You have been given enough to be successful. So my challenge to you is you walk out of here to go talk to people. Okay? It's the start that stops most people. One of my favorite sayings. It's the start that stops most people. And so you've got to have the courage to go out. And you can wait. You can say, I'm going to wait till next week. I'm going to wait till the beginning of the year. Stupidest decision you could ever make. Stupidest decision you could ever make. You need to get out and you need to talk to someone today. Because tomorrow you'll wish that you'd spoken to them today. So I just want to give that challenge to you. We're doing great stuff. This is a great company. We've got great leadership. Carl has a vision and a passion and a drive to create something. He has created something that will be here for a lifetime. We're going to change millions of people's lives. And you know what? We're going to change your life. And the cool thing is, to me, about our business is, just as we saw some of these stories here, is that it's not just about your life. It's transformational. It goes generational. It changes a mom's life, who changes a daughter's life, who changes her perspective of who she is and what she can do in her confidence level. So it's just not about getting fit. It's just not about getting, lean and mean and cut and buff. That's really not what it's about. It's about helping people change their lives. And that's the business that we're in. And it just so happens that we get rewarded for that as well. And we get to work with phenomenal people as we do that. And when you can pull all those kinds of things together, when you can pull the learning and the rewards and the relationships and all that kind of stuff together, life is rich. And that's what we're doing. And we depend on you to be part of that. and we're here to support you any way we can. So join us in this journey. Don't wait. Get active. It's December. You can look at it as an opportunity or as a challenge. I suggest it's an opportunity. People are coming together. People have open hearts. They want to be part of something. So walk out of this door and do something great, okay? And if you happen to trip, get back up. Get back up, because that's a sign that says, you know what, I'm on my way to success. I promise you. So Denise, Mike, thank you again. Guys, thanks for being here today. Let's make it a great day. Bye-bye.